Hello everyone, if you are new here, my name is Paz, a top 10 SUPERVIVE ranked addict that went from never playing a top-down game in my life to winning tournaments. Today we're going to be going over 5 must-know tips if you are going to overcome the hump of being a SUPERVIVE beginner to a SUPERVIVE expert. So let's get started and get you to that next rank. The first tip is to open up your map. I know it may sound simple, but I'm telling you, everyone, even pro players in scrims, still do not look at their map nearly enough. There are 2 types of looking at the map though that you need to get better at. Looking at your map at the top left of your screen mid-fight, and your whole map at the start of the game and during night-day swaps. First, looking at your map during a fight periodically will tell you so much about what is happening. Let's face it, fights in SUPERVIVE can get pretty chaotic pretty fast and are very difficult to understand when multiple teams start getting involved. But it is so much easier from the map on the top left of your screen. I know a lot of you guys are going to be Zeph and Oath players from my streams, so it is even more important for you guys to be looking on those hunters, as it will keep you safe or help you locate the characters that need stunned mid-fight to save teammates. So as a rule of thumb, if you were ever at a point in the fight where you were eating food or not doing anything that takes a lot of mechanical focus, take a look at the top left-hand side of your screen. You can also turn up how big the map is in the UI, which I really enjoy. The other way you should be looking at your map is by literally just opening it up, specifically during the drop phase. A lot of players just look at the map until they drop, but you get essentially a free UAV every time at the start of the game with colors too if you open your map. If you drop and then immediately open your map, you will also see if other teams are dropping near you, so you can avoid getting third-partied early. So look at your map, boys. It is literally free info. Considering these tips are for ranked, it's probably pretty important to note that ranked and scrim play require 2 very different playstyles. Scrims require a much more methodical approach to getting as much out of the map as possible, while ranked is about getting as many ranked points as possible, which requires you to eliminate 20 unique players as a team. That's a lot. Because of this, you really need to focus on refining your early game and getting geared to dominate the lobby fast. If you don't, someone else will. Realistically, you need to drop for a hot zone or abyssal vault objective, get level 3, eliminate any teams around you, get the vault quest and open the vault, then move on to rolling over the entire lobby with 2 level 5 teammates from the books you just got out of opening that vault quest. But how are you supposed to run the lobby over if you don't know where people are? Well, opening the map to see where people are on campfires is one way to do this, but if you scan with radars around the map, life gets a whole lot easier. UAVs are all over the map, but the most common ones are in the central area of the map, including the Heart, Mana Coils, Vein Grove, and Underrot. These radars are tools for you to third-party other teams and catch them by surprise, but also tools to keep you safe if you want to look for fights, since you will know if a fight is isolated or not. Hitting radars will help you make less mistakes that lose you games in general, so if you think you are dying a lot, make it a point to play with pathing around UAVs in mind. Now that we are playing the game with more intention, we are going to start winning a whole lot more fights and have the upper hand. But just because we are taking out more enemies doesn't mean we are quite ranking up yet. We have to be careful that we don't get third-partied. While UAVs help with that and also looking at the map, you aren't always going to be able to count on these things. But what if there is one person left and I'm trying to chase them to eliminate the whole team? This is usually a good idea. It is important to chase with intention though. When chasing someone, it is important that you understand that an enemy team could be literally anywhere, sitting in a bush even. Typically, people get too tunnel visioned on the kill instead of using the person they are chasing as a ward that is actively clearing space for you. Think about it like this. If the person you are chasing runs into another team, they are going to die to that enemy team. This means you just found another team that you can kill for more kill points, and you didn't even take any damage to find this information either. Don't just launch your dash into an enemy player unless you know you are safe in doing so and can clean it up quick. Instead, use them as information that you have rightfully earned for killing the rest of their team. The last tip we are going to talk about today is one that a lot of people already need in this community, because a lot of people are already flaming their teammates way too hard. My guy, the game has not even been out for a month yet. You suck just as bad as your teammates, and that is okay. Stop flaming randoms and learn the game. SUPERVIVE is a game that you can definitely 1v4 teams on literally any character if you are good enough. You see vets doing it all the time in ranked on their streams, so it's definitely doable. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a saint either. I definitely get tilted and flame people in my head too, but the moment I blame my teammates, I know it is time to take a break. It is just not worth your time to flame teammates when there are so many other things you could do to get better at this game. Okay, I lied. The last tip isn't actually the last tip. I have one more bonus tip for you all. This one pertains to combat and should make your life a whole lot simpler. Instead of just launching your abilities at people, also fight with intention, just like chasing with intention. Every character has at least one dash, meaning they can realistically dodge most of the abilities you throw at them. Take an extra few seconds to pressure them with M1s to force out their mobility before you just throw all of your utility at them. The dash is the most important cooldown in the game. And once enemies don't have their dash, they are what I like to call cooked. You'll notice that forcing out dashes will yield to teamfight wins at least 80% of the time. And that is the end of our short tips guide today. Hopefully this helps you all bridge the gap from a player that is brand new to someone that is getting the hang of things. If you want any tips for specific characters, make sure to come by while I'm live here on YouTube or at Twitch at twitch.tv/PazSwagger. Thank you guys all so much for watching, but until next time, I've got to peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.